All right, now we're going to show you how to share out this Google form that we created, this quiz that we made. So I go back into my drive, I make a new Google slide. It can be a slide or a doc, either which one. Slides are more fun to use, so I'm going to use a Google slide. Open up that, and once again, it opens it right there in the folder that I opened it up in. So it'll show up here in a second. But here's the uh, Google slide that was created. And like I said, it should show up right in here in any moment, but I'm not going to wait for it to pop in there. It creates it right where you were when you hit new. So untitled form, I'm going to call this links because I'm going to use it to put the links in for my Google slide. Now, just a couple things here real quick. I can change the background of this. So change background, color. Let's make it a blue background. Click done. Now I have a text box in here already, and we're just going to make this short and simple. So it's pretty much ready to go. I go to this Google form, hit send, and then I hit the little chain. It looks like a chain link, and that makes a link. I always go to shorten URL, the website, the web address, and then copy. Then I go back to my Google slide and I write, let's say, Google. Let's not call it Google. Let's call it addition test. And then I can highlight that. And I use what's called a two-finger touch. I use two of my fingers at the same exact time, and I press down on my mouse pad on this. And that brings up a screen like this. And on that screen, I see where it says link. So that link is there. I hit that button, and then I hit right here. I do that two-finger touch again, two fingers, press down on my mouse pad, and I select paste. And that's going to paste that thing that we copied in there. And then I hit apply or enter, and that makes this a link to our Google form that we've created. Now there's also a shortcut for that. I can also highlight this, and I can hit Control K, and that opens up this here thing where I pasted the web address in there. And when I'm in there, I can hit Control V, and that will paste. So Control K opens up a link. Control V pastes something. Now I can also copy with Control C, so just keep that in mind. Now I don't like this color, so I can highlight that, and I'm going to change it up here. That A is for the text color. I'm going to change it white to make it brighter. So now when someone clicks on this, it's going to give this link, which is going to take them into the Google form that we made. Now, here's the other part. How do we give this to someone so they can actually get that link? Well, we go here to share, and you can share it with me. So MICALE. Well, actually, I can't really share it to myself because I'm not going to come up. But anyway, I'm going to share it with Mrs. Geithner. GEITNER. Actually, Mrs. Geithner is not going to show up either because she's Shields under here. Anyway, so I'm going to share it with Mrs. Geithner, who used to be Miss Shields. So I select this, and then this is the important part. The person that I share this with, and you guys can share it with me or with Mrs. Geithner, which will be Shields on here. Mine is MICALE. You guys won't have any of these people show up. You'll have Mr. McGall. You'll see him. He'll show up. I erased Mrs. Shields, Mrs. Geithner. But when you have them in there, it has them as an editor. You don't want them to be able to edit it. They can take this Google slide and delete it, erase it, add on to it. You want them to be a viewer. So you select view, and then you click send, and you send it to them. It will end up in their Google Drive, and then they can go into their Google Drive into their shared with me, and they will be able to get that Google form, and they will be able to do that Google form. So send one to myself or send one to Mrs. Geithner, and we're excited to do your forms.